Hello and welcome to Switch Mania. Today we have a special treat for all you Nintendo Switch enthusiasts out there. Grab your Joy-Cons and prepare for some serious finger-cramping action because we're diving headfirst into the hardest games on Nintendo Switch. It's your boy Clarence, and trust me, I've been through the joy and agony of conquering the most challenging games on the Switch. So whether you're a seasoned pro looking for a new test of skill or a masochist gamer seeking punishment, this video is for you. Now, let me tell you, these games aren't for the faint of heart. You'll face countless trials, scream at your screen, and possibly even shed a tear or two. But hey, that's what gaming is all about, right? But before we start, let me just tell you that I had so much fun doing such videos just like this. Doing the research, playing the game, and having a mini review of them is such an opportunity for me to deliver an informative take on each game. So if you want to support me and see more videos just like this, kindly hit that like button and help us fight the algorithm gods. Now, make sure to grab your popcorn, subscribe to our channel, and smash that notification bell so you'll never miss out on our future videos. So, without further ado, let's dive in. To start off this list, Spelunky. Spelunky is a highly challenging and addictive platformer game that was originally released in 2008 and later received an enhanced version called Spelunky HD, which was released on the Nintendo Switch in 2020. Developed by Derek Yu, Spelunky is known for its procedurally generated levels, unforgiving gameplay, and emphasis on exploration and discovery. One of the primary reasons why Spelunky is considered a difficult game is its permadeath feature. When your character dies, whether due to enemy encounters, traps, or environmental hazards, you start from the very beginning. This means that each playthrough requires careful decision making and skillful navigation to progress further. The game is filled with numerous traps, enemies, and environmental hazards that pose constant threat to the player. From arrow traps and spike pits to menacing creatures and challenging boss encounters, Spelunky keeps you on your toes and demands quick thinking and precise movements. Moreover, Spelunky encourages exploration and discovery. The game rewards thorough exploration of its levels as hidden secrets, treasure, and valuable items are scattered throughout. However, uncovering these treasures often comes with risk and potential dangers, which further adds to the game's difficulty. Another aspect that makes Spelunky challenging is its complex physics system. Interactions with objects and enemies are influenced by physics, creating a dynamic and unpredictable gameplay experience. Mastering this physics and utilizing them to your advantage is key to surviving and progressing in the game. Despite its difficulty, Spelunky has gained a dedicated fanbase who enjoy its challenging gameplay loop and the thrill of overcoming its obstacles. The game's mix of tight controls, unpredictable levels, and countless possibilities for experimentation creates a unique and rewarding experience for those willing to test their skills and push through the challenging depths of the Spelunky world. LA-MULANA 2 is a sequel to the original LA-MULANA, and it is widely known as a challenging and intricate platformer game. Developed by Niguro and released in 2018 on the Nintendo Switch, LA-MULANA 2 offers a combination of exploration, puzzle solving, and demanding gameplay that tests player skills and patience. The game takes place in a sprawling, interconnected ancient ruin setting with a rich lore and a sense of mystery. Players take on the role of an archaeologist and adventurer, exploring treacherous environments, deciphering cryptic clues, and uncovering the secrets of the ruins. LA-MULANA 2 is notorious for its complex puzzles and riddles, which often require a careful observation, attention to detail, and logical thinking to solve. The game presents players with intricate challenges, hidden pathways, and cryptic hints that must be deciphered to progress. It rewards thorough exploration and encourages players to think outside the box. In addition to its demanding puzzles, LA-MULANA 2 features challenging platforming sections and formidable boss battles. Precise jumps, well-timed attacks, and quick reflexes are essential to overcome the various enemies and hazards that stand in your way. The game's combat encounters are intense and require players to strategize and adapt to different enemy patterns. Furthermore, LA-MULANA 2 is known for its non-linear progression and the freedom it offers players. While this adds depth and richness to the game, it can also be overwhelming and challenging to navigate. The vast interconnected world can be daunting to explore, and players must be vigilant to avoid pitfalls and traps. The game's difficulty is further amplified by its punishing consequences for mistakes. In LA-MULANA 2, making errors often leads to severe penalties, such as taking damage or even permanent character setbacks. This adds an extra layer of challenge and emphasizes the importance of caution and precision. Despite its difficulty, LA-MULANA 2 has garnered a dedicated following of players who enjoys its deep and intricate gameplay mechanics, challenging puzzles, and the sense of accomplishment that comes from unraveling its mysteries. It offers a rewarding experience for those who are willing to delve into its demanding world and conquer its formidable challenges. Cyber Shadow is an action-packed platformer game released in 2021 on the Nintendo Switch. Developed by Mechanical Head Studios and published by Yacht Club Games, it offers a challenging and nostalgic experience with its pixel art visuals, fast-paced gameplay, and tough enemy encounters. The difficulty in Cyber Shadow arises from its demanding platforming sections and intense combat sequences. Players control the protagonist, Shadow, a ninja-like warrior who must traverse a dystopian world filled with enemies and environmental hazards. Precise timing, quick reflexes, and nimble movement are required to navigate through treacherous platforms, avoid deadly traps, and overcome various obstacles. The combat in Cyber Shadow is fast-paced and challenging. Players will face numerous enemy types, each with their own attack patterns and behaviors. Engaging in combat requires strategic thinking, as players must assess the situation, identify enemy weaknesses, and exploit their vulnerabilities. The game rewards skillful dodging, well-timed attacks, and efficient use of special abilities. As players progress through the game, they can earn upgrades and new abilities that enhance Shadow's combat prowess and traversal skills. These upgrades not only provide new tools to overcome challenges but also adds a layer of complexity to the gameplay. Players must learn to master these abilities and adapt their strategies accordingly to overcome more difficult encounters and bosses. Additionally, Cyber Shadow features a variety of challenging boss battles. Each boss has unique attack patterns and requires players to identify their weak points and devise effective strategies. These encounters can be intense and demanding, requiring precise timing and quick thinking to emerge victorious. The game's pixel art style pays homage to classic 8-bit and 16-bit era games, invoking a sense of nostalgia for players. The visuals are accompanied by a synthwave-inspired soundtrack that complements the cyberpunk atmosphere and adds to the game's immersive experience. While Cyber Shadow presents a formidable challenge, it also offers a satisfying sense of progression and accomplishment. With each defeated enemy and conquered obstacle, players gain a sense of mastery and growth. The game encourages perseverance and learning from mistakes, as overcoming its challenges often requires patience and persistence. Cyber Shadow is a game that embraces its old-school difficulty, catering to players seeking a challenging and skill-based platforming experience. It provides a nostalgic trip down memory lane while delivering its own unique spin on the genre, making it a captivating choice for fans of challenging platformers. Of course, if we are talking about hardest games, Dark Souls will always be on the top list. Dark Souls Remastered is a game that has gained a reputation for being one of the hardest and most challenging titles. Originally released in 2011 and remastered for the Switch in 2018, Dark Souls offers a unique and immersive action role-playing experience. What sets Dark Souls apart is its unforgiving difficulty and the sense of accomplishment that comes from overcoming its challenges. The game is designed to test the player's skill, patience, and perseverance throughout their journey. One of the primary reasons Dark Souls is considered so difficult is its intricate combat system. Players must learn to time their attacks, blocks, and dodges effectively, as mistimed actions can quickly lead to death. Each enemy encounter demands careful observation and tactical decision-making. Moreover, the game's world is intricately designed with interconnected areas and hidden paths. Navigating the treacherous landscapes and discovering its secrets require attention to detail and a willingness to explore. The lack of hand-holding and minimalistic storytelling adds to the game's mystique and challenge. Additionally, Dark Souls features formidable boss battles that are often memorable and daunting. These encounters demand precise execution, pattern recognition, and adapting to each boss's unique abilities. Overcoming these powerful adversaries can be an incredibly rewarding experience. Dark Souls Remastered also embraces a punishing death mechanic. When players die, they lose their accumulated souls and must retrieve them by returning to the spot of their demise. However, if they die before retrieving their souls, they are lost forever. This adds an additional layer of tension and risk to the gameplay. Despite its difficulty, Dark Souls has garnered a dedicated and passionate fanbase who appreciates the game's challenges and the sense of achievement that comes with conquering its trials. It offers a unique and memorable gaming experience that has solidified its place as one of the hardest games on the Nintendo Switch. Baba Is You is a unique and challenging puzzle game released in 2019 on the Nintendo Switch. Developed by Hempoli, it offers a refreshing twist on traditional puzzle solving by allowing players to manipulate the game's rules and mechanics to progress. The difficulty in Baba Is You arises from the complex and mind-bending puzzles it presents. The game revolves around the concept of pushing words around on the screen to create new rules that change how the game world behaves. The rules govern the movement and interaction of objects and characters, and players must creatively rearrange them to overcome obstacles and reach their objectives. Each level in Baba Is You presents a puzzle to solve, and finding the right combination of words and rules can be a challenging and intellectually stimulating task. The game encourages experimentation and thinking outside the box. It requires players to analyze the existing rules, consider the implications of changing them, and devise clever strategies to progress. As the game progresses, the puzzles become increasingly intricate and complex, introducing new elements and rule interactions. This requires players to think several steps ahead and consider the consequences of their rule manipulations. The difficulty lies in understanding the underlying logic and finding the elegant solutions that allow progress. Baba Is You doesn't rely on reflexes or time pressure but rather on logic, problem solving, and the ability to think abstractly. It challenges players to challenge their assumptions, question the established rules, and push the boundaries of the game's mechanics. Despite its difficulty, Baba Is You has received widespread acclaim for its innovative gameplay and clever puzzle design. The satisfaction of unraveling the intricacies of each puzzle and discovering unconventional solutions is a rewarding experience that keeps players engaged and motivated to tackle the game's challenges. Baba Is You's difficulty lies in its ability to stretch and test players' logic and problem-solving skills. It offers a refreshing and intellectually stimulating experience that pushes the boundaries of traditional puzzle games, providing a unique and challenging gameplay journey. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is a highly anticipated role-playing game that was released on the Nintendo Switch in 2021. Developed and published by Atlus, it offers a deep and challenging gameplay experience set in a post-apocalyptic world filled with demons, exploration, and moral choices. One of the main sources of difficulty in Shin Megami Tensei 5 is its strategic and complex turn-based combat system. Players take on the role of a high school student who becomes an Ahubino, a being with the power to communicate and negotiate with demons. Battles require careful planning as players must exploit enemy weaknesses, use their own demon allies effectively, and strategically manage their resources. The game features a vast variety of demons, each with its own unique abilities and weaknesses. Players can recruit and fuse demons to strengthen their party and create powerful combinations. Understanding the strengths and weaknesses of different demons and utilizing their skills in battle is key to success. Shin Megami Tensei 5 also offers a branching narrative and moral choices that affect the overall story and gameplay. These choices often have consequences and can lead to different outcomes, adding depth and replayability to the game. The decisions players make can impact their relationships with other characters and shape the fate of the post-apocalyptic world. Exploration plays a significant role in Shin Megami Tensei 5 as players navigate through a sprawling Tokyo filled with ruins, dungeons, and secrets. Uncovering hidden areas, finding valuable items, and discovering new demons to recruit are essential for progression. However, the world is fraught with dangers, and players must be prepared for challenging encounters and unexpected surprises. The game's difficulty is further enhanced by its atmospheric and immersive presentation. Shin Megami Tensei 5 features stunning visuals, detailed character designs, and a haunting soundtrack that sets the tone for its dark and foreboding world. The game's atmosphere adds to the sense of danger and unease, immersing players in its post-apocalyptic setting. Despite its challenging nature, Shin Megami Tensei 5 has been praised for its deep storytelling, intricate gameplay mechanics, and rich world building. It offers a rewarding experience for fans of the Shin Megami Tensei series and those who enjoy immersive and strategic role-playing games. Shin Megami Tensei 5 provides a captivating and demanding gameplay experience that pushes players to think strategically, make difficult choices, and navigate a treacherous post-apocalyptic world. It's a game that offers a deep and immersive journey for those seeking a challenging and morally engaging RPG experience.
That was a horde of demons hunting.
Ghosts and Goblin Resurrection is a challenging action platformer game that was released on the Nintendo Switch in 2021. Developed by Capcom, it serves as a modern revival of the classic Ghosts and Goblins franchise, known for its difficulty and unforgiving gameplay. The difficulty in Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection stems from its demanding platforming sections and tough enemy encounters. Players control the valiant knight Arthur as he embarks on a perilous quest to rescue the princess from the clutches of evil creatures. The levels are filled with traps, bottomless pits, and enemies that require precise timing, precise jumps, and quick reflexes to overcome. One of the defining features of Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection is its challenging combat system. Arthur faced a variety of supernatural foes ranging from zombies to demons, each with their own attack patterns and behaviors. Players must learn enemy patterns, anticipate their movements, and execute well-timed attacks and dodges to survive. The game demands skillful maneuvering and precise strikes to defeat enemies while avoiding their attacks. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection embraces its retro roots, providing a classic arcade-style experience with modern enhancements. It features multiple difficulty modes, including the notorious Legend mode that remains true to the franchise's reputation for extreme difficulty. This mode adds extra challenges and stricter requirements for progress, making it a daunting test for even the most skilled players. The game also introduces the armor system, allowing Arthur to unlock and utilize different sets of armor, each with unique abilities and strengths. These armors provide additional gameplay options and strategies, granting players a chance to tailor their approach to different levels and enemies. The art style of Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection pays homage to the original game, with vibrant and detailed visuals that bring the dark fantasy world to life. The atmospheric soundtrack further enhances the challenging and eerie atmosphere, immersing players in a haunting and treacherous environments. Despite its difficulty, Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection offers a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. Overcoming its challenging levels and defeating formidable bosses provides a rush of adrenaline and a feeling of triumph. The game encourages perseverance, memorization, and improvement as players learn from their mistakes and develop strategies to progress further. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection appeals to fans of classic platformers and those seeking a challenging gameplay experience. It delivers a nostalgic yet punishing adventure that tests players' skills, reflexes, and determination. Super Meat Boy is a notoriously challenging platformer game that was initially released in 2010 and has since made its way to the Nintendo Switch. Developed by Team Meat, it offers a fast-paced and punishing gameplay experience that has captivated players with its precise controls, relentless difficulty, and addictive gameplay loop. The difficulty in Super Meat Boy lies in its intricate level design and demanding platforming mechanics. Players control the titular character Meat Boy as he navigates through a series of hazardous levels filled with spikes, subblades, and other deadly obstacles. The goal is to reach the end of each level while avoiding obstacles and hazards that can instantly kill Meat Boy. What sets Super Meat Boy apart is its emphasis on precise controls and split-second timing. Players must execute precise jumps, wall jumps, and other acrobatic maneuvers to successfully navigate through the intricate levels. The game requires exceptional hand-eye coordination and quick reflexes, as even the slightest mistimed jump can result in failure. Super Meat Boy is known for its challenging difficulty curve. As players progress through the game, the levels become increasingly complex and demanding. Each world introduces new mechanics and obstacles, requiring players to adapt and refine their skills continuously. The game encourages trial and error, learning from mistakes, and gradually improving performance to overcome the toughest challenges. The game's fast-paced nature adds to the difficulty, as players must make split-second decisions and execute precise movements in a high-pressure environment. Super Meat Boy has been described as a twitch platformer, demanding rapid reactions and the willingness to restart levels repeatedly in pursuit of perfection. Despite its difficulty, Super Meat Boy offers a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction when players conquer its challenging levels. The instant respawn feature allows for quick retries, keeping the momentum going and minimizing downtime. The addictive nature of the gameplay loop, coupled with tight controls and rewarding level design, keeps players coming back for more. The game's retro-inspired visuals and energetic soundtrack add to its appeal. The pixel art style and vibrant colors give the game a charming and nostalgic feel, while the upbeat soundtrack complements the frantic gameplay and heightens the sense of urgency. Super Meat Boy is a game that appeals to players who enjoy a tough-as-nails challenge and are willing to put their platforming skills to the test. It offers an intense and addictive experience that rewards perseverance, precision, and the willingness to overcome seemingly unsurmountable obstacles. Darkest Dungeon is a challenging and atmospheric turn-based strategy game released in 2016 on various platforms, including the Nintendo Switch. Developed by Red Hook Studios, it offers a dark and unforgiving experience that tests players' strategic thinking, resource management, and ability to handle the psychological stresses of dungeon exploration. In Darkest Dungeon, players are tasked with leading a group of heroes through treacherous and otherworldly dungeons filled with nightmarish creatures and eldritch horrors. The game's difficulty stems from the harsh mechanics and the constant looming threat of danger. One of the key aspects of the game's difficulty is the psychological stress that affects both the heroes and the player. As the heroes face horrors within the dungeons, they can develop stress, which leads to various negative effects on their performance, including irrational behavior and debilitating afflictions. Managing the stress levels of the heroes as well as their sanity becomes a crucial part of the gameplay. Additionally, Darkest Dungeon employs a punishing gameplay loop where mistakes and losses have lasting consequences. Heroes can die permanently, and their loss can be devastating since they may have been upgraded and invested in over time. The loss of a valuable hero can set back the player's progress and require rebuilding the roster. Resource management is another challenging aspect of the game. Players must carefully allocate resources such as gold, supplies, and provisions to sustain their expeditions. Balancing the need to heal and equip heroes, upgrade their skills, and maintain the estate becomes a delicate juggling act. Combat encounters in Darkest Dungeon are strategic and unforgiving. Each hero class has unique abilities and roles, and understanding their strengths and weaknesses is essential for success. Players must carefully choose party compositions, manage their hero's position on the battlefield, and make tactical decisions to counter enemy abilities. The game's turn-based combat demands careful planning and adaptability. Darkest Dungeon's difficulty is further amplified by its dark and foreboding atmosphere. The haunting narration, grim art style, and eerie soundtrack create a sense of dread and unease, immersing players in the game's oppressive world. Despite its difficulty, Darkest Dungeon offers a deep and rewarding gameplay experience for those who are willing to embrace its challenging mechanics. Overcoming the game's formidable obstacles and successfully guiding heroes through the darkness can provide a gratifying sense of accomplishment. Thumper is a unique and intense rhythm-based game that was released in 2016 on the Nintendo Switch. Developed by Drool, it offers a challenging and immersive experience with its fast-paced gameplay, mesmerizing visuals, and pulse-pounding soundtrack. At its core, Thumper is a rhythm game that combines elements of traditional rhythm games with unique twists. Players control a space beetle, hurtling down a track, navigating through a series of obstacles and hazards. The objective is to hit the right inputs in time with the game's thumping beats and rhythm cues. One of the main sources of difficulty in Thumper is its relentless speed and precision required. The gameplay is fast-paced and players must react quickly to the visual and audio cues to successfully navigate through the intricate track. Timing is crucial, and any mistimed inputs can result in the player crashing into obstacles and losing progress. Thumper's difficulty is further amplified by the complexity of its levels. As players progress through the game, new mechanics and obstacles are introduced, requiring more precise timing and split-second decision-making. The levels become increasingly challenging, testing the player's reflexes, concentration, and ability to adapt to new patterns. The game's immersive visuals and sound design adds to its challenging nature. The striking and abstract visuals combined with the intense and pulsating soundtrack create a sensory overload that demands the player's complete focus and concentration. The audio-visual feedback loop reinforces the rhythm and gameplay mechanics, further immersing players in the challenging experience. Thumper's difficulty curve is carefully crafted to provide a gradual increase in challenge, allowing players to learn and improve their skills over time. Each level acts as a unique puzzle to solve, requiring players to memorize patterns, anticipate upcoming obstacles, and execute precise movements to overcome them. Despite its challenging nature, Thumper has been widely praised for its addictive and satisfying gameplay. The sense of accomplishment that comes from successfully navigating through the chaotic tracks, perfectly syncing with the rhythm, and achieving high scores is incredibly rewarding. Thumper offers a unique and intense gameplay experience for players who enjoy fast-paced rhythm games and are looking for a challenging and immersive journey. It pushes players to their limits, demanding precision, focus, and rhythmical prowess to conquer its relentless tracks and obstacles. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is a vibrant and challenging platformer game that was released on the Nintendo Switch in 2018. Developed by Retro Studios and published by Nintendo, it offers a delightful mix of nostalgia, beautiful visuals, and demanding gameplay. The difficulty in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze arises from its intricate level design and precise platforming mechanics. Players control Donkey Kong and his friends as they embark on a journey to reclaim their island from the invading snowmads. The levels are filled with obstacles, enemies, and treacherous environments that require careful timing, precise jumps, and swift maneuvering to overcome. One of the main challenges in the game is the precise control required for successful platforming. Players must navigate through a variety of terrains, including icy slopes, dense forests, and underwater sections, each presenting its own set of challenges. Timing jumps, bouncing off enemies, and using character-specific abilities are essential for progress. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze introduces new gameplay elements and mechanics throughout its levels, keeping the experience fresh and engaging. From riding minecarts to blasting out barrels, each level presents unique challenges and requires adaptability from the player. The game constantly introduces new twists and surprises to test the player's skill and reflexes. The game's boss battles add an extra layer of difficulty. These encounters require pattern recognition, quick reflexes, and strategic thinking to identify weak points and devise effective strategies. Each boss has its own attack patterns and abilities, providing challenging and memorable encounters. While the game can be challenging, it also provides various tools and power-ups to aid players in their journey. Collectible items such as puzzle pieces and KONG letters encourage exploration and rewards thoroughness. Additionally, players can team up with a friend in local co-op mode, allowing for cooperative play and shared challenges. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is known for its stunning visuals and vibrant art style. The game's lush environments, detailed character animations, and lively soundtrack create an immersive and enjoyable experience for players of all ages. Despite its difficulty, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze offers a satisfying sense of accomplishment when overcoming its challenges. The combination of tight controls, clever level design, and charming presentation makes it a rewarding platforming experience for both longtime fans of the Donkey Kong series and newcomers alike. Cuphead is a visually stunning and challenging game that has gained recognition for its unique art style and intense difficulty. Developed by Studio MDHR and released in 2017 on the Nintendo Switch, Cuphead draws inspiration from the 1930s cartoons featuring hand-drawn animations and a jazzy soundtrack. What makes Cuphead particularly difficult is its demanding run-and-gun gameplay. Players take on the role of Cuphead or his companion Mugman as they traverse through a series of vibrant and imaginative levels, facing off against a variety of challenging bosses. Each boss encounter requires precise movement, quick reflexes, and pattern recognition. One of the notable aspects of Cuphead's difficulty is the need for players to learn and adapt to boss attack patterns. Each boss has a set of unique moves and phases that must be carefully studied in order to anticipate and dodge attacks effectively. Players must demonstrate exceptional hand-eye coordination to navigate through a barrage of projectiles while dealing damage to the boss. Furthermore, Cuphead is designed to be a game of trial and error. Each attempt provides an opportunity to learn from mistakes and improve strategies. Players may find themselves replaying levels multiple times, gradually honing their skills and developing strategies to overcome the challenging encounters. Cuphead also offers additional layers of difficulty with its S rankings for completing levels with exceptional performance. Achieving high ranks require flawless execution and mastery of the game's mechanics, providing an added challenge for completionists. Despite its high level of difficulty, Cuphead has captivated players with its charming art style, infectious soundtrack, and nostalgic feel. The satisfaction that comes from overcoming its challenging battles and progressing through its visually stunning world is a testament to the game's design and its ability to provide a rewarding and memorable experience. Enter the Gungeon is a challenging and addictive bullet hell dungeon crawler game released on the Nintendo Switch in 2017. Developed by Dodge Roll and published by Devolver Digital, it combines fast-paced shooting mechanics, roguelike elements, and a quirky sense of humor. The difficulty in Enter the Gungeon lies in its intense and chaotic combat encounters. Players take control of one of several unique characters, each with their own special abilities, as they delve into a procedurally generated dungeon filled with relentless enemies and challenging bosses. The dungeon is designed to be unpredictable, ensuring that no two runs are the same. The game's bullet hell mechanics add to the challenge. Players must dodge and weave through a barrage of bullets, lasers, and other projectiles while returning fire to eliminate enemies. The sheer number of bullets on screen can be overwhelming, requiring quick reflexes, precise movements, and strategic positioning to survive. Enter the Gungeon features a vast array of imaginative weapons and items, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. Discovering and utilizing different combinations of weapons and items adds depth and variety to the gameplay. Experimenting with different loadouts and adapting to the situation at hand is crucial for success. The roguelike elements of Enter the Gungeon contribute to its difficulty and replayability. Each run is unique, with randomly generated dungeon layouts, enemy placements, and item drops. Players must adapt to the circumstances presented in each run, making strategic decisions on the fly and managing their resources effectively. Progression in Enter the Gungeon is challenging but rewarding. As players navigate through the dungeon, they can unlock new characters, weapons, and items that enhance their chances of survival. However, death is a common occurrence, and each failed run offers an opportunity to learn from mistakes, refine strategies, and make progress in subsequent attempts. The game's charming pixel art style and quirky sense of humor add to its appeal. The character designs, enemy animations, and dungeon environments are visually appealing and full of personality. The witty dialogue and humorous item descriptions inject levity in the intense gameplay, creating an enjoyable and engaging experience. Enter the Gungeon's difficulty is balanced by its addictive gameplay loop and satisfying sense of progression. The adrenaline rush of narrowly dodging bullets, finding powerful weapons, and defeating challenging bosses keeps players hooked and motivated to improve their skills. Enter the Gungeon offers a challenging and rewarding experience for fans of bullet hell shooters and roguelike games. Its fast-paced combat, randomization, and delightful presentation make it a must-play title for those seeking an intense and skill-based dungeon crawling adventure. The Metroid series as a whole has a reputation for offering challenging gameplay and exploration. Metroid Dread continues this tradition by delivering a demanding and immersive experience for players. Metroid games typically feature a vast interconnected world for players to explore. As they progress, players acquire new abilities and upgrades that allow them to access previously inaccessible areas, unveiling the game's secrets and advancing the story. This non-linear style of exploration can present challenges in terms of navigation and puzzle solving, requiring players to think critically and observe their surroundings. The combat in Metroid Dread requires precision and strategy. Players face various enemies and bosses, each with their own attack patterns and weaknesses. Identifying these patterns and utilizing the right tools and abilities is crucial for success. Metroid Dread specifically introduces new mechanics such as the EMMI robots, which are enemies that relentlessly pursue the player throughout the game. This adds an additional layer of tension and challenge, as players must evade and outsmart these powerful adversaries. Ikaruga is a classic shoot-'em-up game that was originally released in arcades in 2001 and later made its way to the Nintendo Switch. Developed by Treasure, it is renowned for its challenging gameplay, unique polarity system, and stylish visual design. At its core, Ikaruga is a vertical scrolling shooter that requires players to navigate through a barrage of enemy bullets and defeat waves of enemies. What sets Ikaruga apart is its polarity system, where players can switch between two polarities, black and white. Enemy bullets and enemy ships also come in black and white varieties. The key to success lies in using the polarity system strategically to absorb same-colored bullets and deal extra damage to opposite-colored enemies. The difficulty in Ikaruga stems from the intricate bullet patterns and the need for precise reflexes and quick decision making. The screen can quickly fill with bullets, requiring players to have excellent spatial awareness and dexterity to navigate through the chaos unscathed. The polarity system adds another layer of complexity, as players must constantly assess the situation and switch colors to maximize their effectiveness and survival. Furthermore, Ikaruga features challenging boss battles that require careful observation and pattern recognition. Each boss has unique attack patterns and weak points, and players must learn their behaviors and develop effective strategies to defeat them. The bosses often require trial and error, as players must figure out the optimal approach to dealing damage while avoiding their formidable attacks. The game's visual design is stylish and minimalistic, with a striking contrast between black and white elements. This aesthetic not only enhances the gameplay mechanics, but also creates a visually captivating experience that adds to the intensity of the gameplay. Ikaruga's difficulty is balanced by its responsive controls and tight gameplay mechanics. While the game is challenging, it is also designed to be fair, rewarding players who invest time and effort in mastering its mechanics. Each playthrough offers the opportunity to improve skills, refine strategies, and achieve higher scores. Despite its challenging nature, Ikaruga has gained a dedicated following and is often regarded as one of the best shoot-'em-up games ever made. Its unique polarity system, demanding gameplay, and stylish presentation provide a thrilling and addictive experience for players who seek a challenging and skill-based shooter. Super Mario Maker 2 is a creative and challenging game that allows players to design, share, and play their own Mario levels. Developed and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch, it offers a unique blend of platforming gameplay and user-generated content. The challenge in Super Mario Maker 2 comes from the limitless possibilities of level design. Players have access to a wide range of tools, objects, enemies, and power-ups from various Mario games, enabling them to create intricate and inventive levels. While some players focus on creating fun and accessible stages, others embrace the challenge and design incredibly difficult levels that push players' skills to the limits. The game features two main modes, the Course Maker and the Course World. In the Course Maker, players can build their own levels from scratch, placing platforms, enemies, and obstacles, and designing unique gameplay experiences. This mode allows for endless experimentation and creativity, as players can test and refine their creations until they are satisfied. In the Course World, players can explore and play levels created by other players from around the world. This mode offers an endless supply of user-generated content ranging from easy and casual levels to incredibly challenging ones. Players can discover hidden secrets, compete for high scores, and challenge themselves with levels that require precise timing, clever strategies, and expert platforming skills. Super Mario Maker 2 also features a robust online community where players can share their created levels with others. This creates a vibrant ecosystem of user-generated content where players can showcase their creativity and challenge others to overcome their devious designs. The game's popularity has led to the creation of dedicated communities and online competitions centered around difficult level creations. The game provides tools for players to rate and comment on levels, fostering a sense of community and encouraging players to engage with each other's creations. Players can seek out levels with specific difficulty levels or themes, and even collaborate with others to create collaborative levels. While the difficulty of Super Mario Maker 2 ultimately depends on the levels created by players, the game itself provided a variety of tools and options to tailor the challenge. Players can create levels that are accessible to all skill levels or design levels that test the skills of even the most experienced players. Super Mario Maker 2 offers a unique and challenging experience that combines the joy of creative expression with the excitement of platforming gameplay. It encourages players to push their boundaries both as creators and players, and fosters a community-driven environment where players can challenge and inspire each other. Super Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury is a Nintendo Switch game that combines the original Super Mario 3D World, which was released on the Wii U in 2013, with an additional expansion called Bowser's Fury. While the core Super Mario 3D World game offers a fun and accessible experience suitable for players of different skill levels, Bowser's Fury introduces some challenging elements to the mix. Super Mario 3D World features a series of vibrant and creative 3D levels that players can explore with Mario and his friends. The game combines traditional platforming mechanics with the added twist of a 3D environment. The difficulty level is well balanced, providing a fair challenge that can be enjoyed by players of various skill levels. The game offers a cooperative multiplayer mode, allowing friends and family to join in the adventure together. In addition to the core game, Bowser's Fury introduces a new open-world expansion that offers a more challenging experience. Bowser's Fury takes place in a sprawling, interconnected environment where players must collect cat shines and confront a powerful rage-filled Bowser. The expansion features more demanding platforming sections and boss battles, requiring players to exhibit precise timing, quick reflexes, and strategic thinking. Bowser's Fury also introduces dynamic weather changes and a sense of urgency as Bowser periodically awakens and wreaks havoc on the environment. Players must adapt to these changes and find ways to outsmart Bowser while continuing their quest to collect cat shines and restore peace to the land. While Super Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury can be challenging at times, it remains accessible and enjoyable for players of different skill levels. The inclusion of multiplayer mode allows for cooperative play, providing support and camaraderie during the game's tougher moments. The game strikes a balance between providing an engaging challenge and maintaining the lighthearted and enjoyable experience that the Super Mario series is known for. Dead Cells is an action-packed roguelike game that was released in 2018 on the Nintendo Switch. Developed by Motion Twin, it offers a challenging and exhilarating experience with its fast-paced combat, tough enemies, and permadeath mechanics. One of the main sources of difficulty in Dead Cells is its unforgiving combat system. Players control a nameless protagonist known as the Prisoner as they navigate through a series of procedurally generated levels filled with hordes of enemies. The combat requires precise timing, quick reflexes, and strategic thinking to overcome the various enemy types and their attack patterns. What sets Dead Cells apart is its permadeath feature. When the player character dies, they lose all their progress and must start from the beginning, venturing through the levels once again. This permadeath mechanic adds an extra layer of challenge and forces players to be cautious as any mistake can have dire consequences. However, the game offers a progression system through the acquisition of cells, which can be spent on permanent upgrades and unlockable abilities. This allows players to gradually enhance their character's strength and improve their chances of survival across subsequent runs. Dead Cells also feature a wide variety of weapons and abilities that players can discover and experiment with. Each weapon has its own unique playstyle and moveset, and players must adapt their strategies based on the weapons they find throughout their journey. Experimentation and finding synergies between weapons and abilities are key to success. Additionally, Dead Cells presents players with challenging boss battles that require learning patterns, quick reflexes, and adapting to different attack phases. These epic encounters test the player's skills and serve as rewarding milestones in the game's progression. The game's pixel art style and atmospheric soundtrack contribute to its immersive and intense gameplay experience. The world of Dead Cells is dark and mysterious, creating an engaging backdrop for the challenging gameplay. Despite its difficulty, Dead Cells has been highly praised for its tight controls, satisfying combat, and addictive gameplay loop. Each run offers a fresh and exciting experience as players strive to improve their skills, discover new secrets, and progress further. The sense of accomplishment that comes from conquering difficult challenges and defeating powerful bosses is what keeps players coming back for more. Hollow Knight is a critically acclaimed and challenging game that was released in 2017 on the Nintendo Switch. Developed by Team Cherry, it offers a captivating and atmospheric experience with its beautiful hand-drawn art style, haunting music, and a deep interconnected world. One of the reasons Hollow Knight is considered a difficult game is its demanding combat system. Players control a small insect-like character known as the Knight, who must navigate through a vast underground kingdom filled with challenging enemies and formidable bosses. Combat requires precise timing, quick reflexes, and the mastery of the knight's various abilities and spells. Each enemy encounter presents a unique challenge, and learning their patterns and weaknesses is crucial for success. In addition to its challenging combat, Hollow Knight features a complex and labyrinthine world. The game encourages exploration, and players are rewarded for delving into its depths and uncovering hidden secrets and upgrades. Navigating the interconnected areas and discovering the game's numerous paths and shortcuts can be challenging, requiring careful observation and a keen eye for detail. Furthermore, Hollow Knight offers a high level of difficulty through its boss battles. These encounters are often epic in scale and require players to learn attack patterns, dodge attacks, and strike at the opportune moments. Bosses can be unforgiving, testing the player's skill, perseverance, and ability to adapt to new challenges. The game also has a challenging progression system. Players must collect and manage resources such as Geo and Essence to upgrade their abilities, purchase helpful items, and unlock new areas. Deciding how to allocate resources and making strategic choices in character progression adds an additional layer of difficulty and complexity. Despite its difficulty, Hollow Knight has garnered a dedicated fanbase who appreciate its rich world building, atmospheric storytelling, and challenging gameplay. The game offers a sense of accomplishment and reward for those who are willing to explore its intricate world, conquer its formidable enemies, and uncover its secrets. And last but not the least, Celeste. Celeste is a critically acclaimed platformer game that was released in 2018 on the Nintendo Switch. Developed by Matt Makes Games, it has gained recognition for its challenging gameplay, heartfelt narrative, and stunning pixel art. One of the defining features of Celeste is its difficulty level. It is known for being a challenging platformer that tests the player's reflexes, precision, and problem-solving skills. The game requires mastering the art of precise jumps, wall jumps, dashes, and other acrobatic moves to navigate through intricate and treacherous levels. Celeste's difficulty curve is carefully crafted to provide a gradual increase in challenge, introducing new mechanics and obstacles as players progress. Each chapter presents unique gameplay elements and hazards that require players to think quickly and execute precise movements to overcome them. Furthermore, Celeste incorporates a dying is part of learning philosophy. Players can expect to encounter numerous deaths as they tackle difficult sections and face daunting obstacles. However, the game embraces a forgiving checkpoint system, allowing players to quickly respawn and attempt challenging sections again. This encourages an iterative approach where each death becomes a learning opportunity to improve and eventually conquer the obstacles. Beyond its challenging gameplay, Celeste is celebrated for its touching narrative about mental health and self-discovery. The game's story follows the character Madeline as she climbs Celeste Mountain, facing not only physical challenges but also her inner struggles. The narrative themes and character development add an emotional depth and resonates with players and enhances the overall experience. Despite its difficulty, Celeste has been praised for its fair design, tight controls, and satisfying sense of accomplishment. The game's difficulty is intended to provide a challenging but rewarding journey, where players can witness their own growth and perseverance as they conquer the mountain alongside Madeline. Celeste also offers additional post-game content including difficult B-side levels and optional challenges for those seeking even greater difficulty and mastery. These optional challenges cater to players looking for an extra level of challenge and replayability. In summary, Celeste is widely regarded as a challenging platformer that pushes players to their limits while providing a heartfelt narrative and a rewarding sense of personal triumph. Its difficult gameplay combined with its memorable characters and emotional storytelling has made it a beloved title among fans of challenging games. And that's a wrap. We hope you enjoyed our thrilling adventure through the hardest games on the Nintendo Switch. Remember, gaming is all about pushing your limits, having fun, and embracing the challenge. Thank you all for watching, and as always, happy gaming. Peace.